My name is Owen Rensland, and I used to wash cars for minimum wage. I quit my job and replaced it with a business that has been making me over $26,000 every single month. I have no family connections, I have no degree, and I had no money to start out with. I literally started from scratch, like nothing. And I built a business that pays me more money than most doctors make, without the debt, stress, and more importantly, without a boss telling me what I have to do every single day. Thank God. And here's the thing, like, I am not a special situation. Like, I'm not. By no means am I special. I literally started with like no dollars, no experience, no knowledge, zero. But I found a method that's working really, really well that allowed me to finally quit my job. Local service businesses are gold right now. They are literally printing cash, and they're run by guys that don't even know anything about social media. Imagine taking your basic skills on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and just applying it to their businesses and turning that into cold hard cash. That's exactly what I did. You can help some of these blue collar guys make 5 times the amount of money that they are used to making just with your knowledge of social media. In this video today, I'm going to show you exactly how I did it, step by step, so you can quit your job like I did and start your own business as well. I will cover literally everything, starting with how I found the opportunity, what service I sold to these businesses, how I got my first few clients, how I scaled this business to over $26,000 a month recurring, and finally what I would do if I was in your shoes starting from zero again. No fluff, no motivational BS, like let's just jump right into it. So I'm about to show you something that most YouTubers will not show you, and it's my revenue dashboard. I want to prove to you guys that I have made the money that I've said I have. Here are client payments, my revenue dashboard, how much money I've made online in the past couple of months. These blue collar guys are printing off of my services. And if I'm being honest with you guys, I didn't even believe that like something like this could be possible, right? I was just a kid working in a car wash. I had no idea that like you could make this much money just online, even at a young age. Like, I can't explain to you guys how good it feels to finally be able to show something for my effort, and just I just can't describe how it feels. It's just like incredible. It feels like you go online, right? You search for YouTube videos and reels and all this stuff, and then you find some cool stuff and you're like, oh wow, that would be awesome if that was true, and then it actually comes true. That's exactly how this feels. So without further ado, now that you can trust me, let's jump into how I found this opportunity out. So most people on the online space, like, this is what 99% of the people will tell you to do. They'll just be like, okay, pick a niche, choose a market to work with. It's like, okay, what the hell am I even selling in the first place? That is why most people fail. Like, what I did is I noticed a problem. I found a problem in a market, and the problem is that all of these local business service providers are doing amazing work, right? They're getting great results. All their clients are thrilled with them, but they are terrible at utilizing the online space to get work. After testing a few markets, after testing gyms, after testing some home services, I went with roofing and it crushed. If I wanted to charge high ticket, right? If I wanted to charge thousands of dollars to these guys, I would have to make sure that they're printing thousands off of my services. And all it takes is just a couple of roof replacements, and I could get a client $500,000 in new cash just from my knowledge of social media. Like, these guys have zero knowledge of digital marketing, and all it takes is a few YouTube videos and practice, and you can learn really, really well how to market for these guys. It's really, really simple. I even show all the steps on my channel. And so how I found this opportunity, I didn't like pick a niche. I didn't pick a market. I decided and found a problem in the market and decided I wanted to start solving it. Okay, that is the first step, right? When starting any business, all businesses is providing value and charging money for it. This next part is where most people quit, right? They find some kind of problem, or maybe they even choose a niche and they just quit. And this next part is going over what service that I actually sold to these guys. Like, this is where the real money starts flowing in. Contrary to popular belief, I didn't sell social media fluff. I didn't just sell, oh, I'm gonna manage your social media campaigns, like whatever that means. I did not do that. I sold booked appointments. Okay, to grow these roofing companies and to capitalize on the social media space, these guys need more booked appointments. They need inspections with homeowners that are ready to buy and already engaged. So what I offered to these roofers, I offered them 40 in-home inspections over the course of 90 days for $4,000, which values each home inspection at $100 for me. And what I did is I told them, let's say I don't get you 40 inspections. Let's say I get you 35. Let's say I'm missing 5. Then the next 90-day period, instead of $4,000, it's $500 off because I missed 5 appointments. And this is really enticing to people because instead of paying some monthly retainer for services, they're paying packages of appointments, and they're getting their value worth because like they don't pay for the appointments they don't get. And like, this is all about results. Like, if you can get these guys results, then they would happily sign on for another 90 days. And all I have right now is clients paying me $4,000 every 90 days, multiple clients. And that is exactly how I did this. And I know everyone says they want to start their own business, but like never actually go through with it. And the reason is because they don't know how to get clients, or they can't get clients in the first place. Here's how I got my first few clients. In the beginning, I started to just call businesses up. I would go on Google Maps, click the phone number on my phone, and just simply dial these businesses and try to get them on a booked appointment. The natural flow for this process is to get a business owner on a sales call, right? A Zoom call, a one-on-one call with you and the business owner with your cameras on, so you can spend 45 minutes selling to them, right? This is the natural flow of how to start selling to these guys. Eventually, I learned about an automated process with cold messaging, where I could send thousands of messages every single day to business owners, which took me a while to figure out. But once I did, I had 5 to 15 appointments every single day with ready-to-buy business owners, and all I had to do is sell my services and get thousands of dollars. These sales calls, these 45-minute Zoom calls, are all about understanding your customer. If you can spend the call diagnosing them like a doctor, asking them questions why they're not where they want to be, build a cost of inaction where it's like, if they don't go with you today, there is a cost. They are staying where they are. And the best way you can do this is by making them realize that like they are really far away from where they want to go. Let's say they're right here and this is where they want to go and how much money they want to make. All you have to do is like make them realize the distance between those 2 points. And then once there's a cost of inaction, you simply just pitch your services, tell them what you're going to do in a minute or less. Be extremely confident on these calls, and you're able to charge these high prices to all these guys on the calls. Okay, you're probably saying to me right now, Owen, okay, so yeah, sure, I can get like 1 or 2 clients. That's not that big of a deal. But how do I go from 1 or 2 clients to $26,000 a month recurring? Like that is a big jump. So here's how I do it. You need to first write down a process that's working, right? For me, it was the cold messaging. For me, it was the cold calling. Write down a process that's working on the micro level, right? Because chances are, if it's working well in the micro, it will also work well in the macro. And then all you have to do is go from micro to macro and just increase the volume. It's that simple. Like, that's number one. Number two is increase your pricing. I started off by charging $1,500 a month for my services, and that's how much I would charge in a sales call. Eventually, I started to charge $4,000 for my services on the call. Higher your prices go, the higher your perceived value is, and the more people are willing to take you seriously. If you're doing a free trial, you're going to get terrible clients and attract terrible people. Before I knew it, I was making $10,000 a month, and then I was making $10,000 a week. Knowing what I know now, I would go back and do a lot of things differently in the beginning. I failed for many months and made $0 for a long period of time. So, if I had $0, knowing what I know now, going back in the day, starting my own agency or business from scratch, here's what I would do differently. First of all, instead of jumping around a few different markets, like I went from gyms to roofing, I would go with one and stick with it. Do not change, because everybody that you're selling to has affinity to one another. All of them are around the same type of person, right? The same type of avatar. They're all a roofing business owner. They all have employees. They all like kind of spend their time the same. Usually they have the same kind of relationships. Like, all of these people have affinity to one another, like every niche, right? And if you can stick with the same one, then everyone has like the same kind of problems. So on the sales call, you don't have to reset from zero because you already understand your customers so well. So that's the first thing I would do. Stick with one niche, stick with one problem, and go with it. Number two, I would save up my cash and invest it in myself. I would work my job, right, at a car wash. That's what I was doing. And instead of blowing my money on stupid experiences and things that didn't matter to me at the time, what I would do is save up that cash till I have about $5,000 to $10,000 and spend that money and invest it in myself. The thing that people don't understand is that when you quit your job, when you start a business online, you have to trust yourself. I don't understand this. Please explain to me why people trust their bosses and trust companies that they're working for more than themselves. Like, I know that I will always be fine, and the reason is because I have confidence in myself to make it happen, right? And if you are comfortable in spending thousands of dollars on your own development, then you are going to be that much more likely to succeed, and I wish I told my younger self that sooner. For some reason, I didn't trust myself. Another thing that I would do sooner is remove everything that's not the work. Remove school, remove work, remove, unless you need the cash flow, right? Remove friends that aren't in congruence to your goals. Like, remove everything that's not the work, because right now, it's time to build. It's time to work hard. Everyone is working very, very hard nowadays, and if you want to catch up and you want to stay in the loop and keep making money and keep catching up with people, you have to remove things that aren't the work. Now, I want to leave you guys with a brutal truth that probably no one's willing to even tell you at all in the first place. And it's that this stuff takes time. It's not overnight. You cannot get rich. You cannot make a bunch of money online overnight. You just can't. I'm sorry. I failed for 8 months. I made $0 for around 8 to 12 months, still working my job until I finally started to make something. These things don't happen instantly, and they're also much harder than you might think. Behind every single success story you see, there is hours of pain, hours of grind, hours of suffering that went into this. And if you follow this exact framework kind of that I laid out in this video, you'll definitely be able to quit your job within the next 6 to 12 months. But here's the thing, you have two options. One, you could take everything I shared, implement it yourself, make all the mistakes that I made, and eventually figure it out after a couple of months. Right, that's fine. You can just stay in this channel, keep learning, keep implementing. Or number two, let me help you skip the learning curve and get results sooner. I am working with a really, really small group of individuals directly on building their own businesses from scratch. And if you're serious about this, I want you to apply below, but only if you're ready to put in the work. Please do not apply or even think about coming on if you're not ready to put in hours. This is not a get rich quick scheme or any of that bullshit. Like, this is building a real business with real value, and you're providing real life-changing results to people. If you liked this video, there's a like button for that. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so feel free to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.